All right, my name's Simone Santos.
My name is Jalen Nelson. We are doing African American Studies, and we are doing The New Negro by Alan Locke.
All right, and so the Alan Locke he wrote a book called The New Negroes, and in the book he goes into explaining what the old Negroes are, and then explains what the new Negroes are. And the old Negroes are pretty much black people during slavery, and that they were oppressed and they didn't have rights. So everyone pretty much knows what that is. There was one quote I found when he went into explaining the new Negroes, and I'm just go ahead and read that because I found it very interesting. It goes, the intelligent Negro of today is resolved not to make discrimination and extenuation for shortcomings in performance, individual or collective. He is trying to hold himself at par, neither inflated by sentimental allowance nor depreciated by current social discounts. So, what I take from that is that now that after the slavery they gave black people rights, that they don't have an excuse to hold themselves back. They're given every right by the law to be able to go out and get a job or gain an education to make themselves better, and they don't have an excuse anymore. So they need to prove that they deserve their freedom and their rights. So by making themselves a better person, and that could be by owning a business, getting an education, and raising children better in their own lifestyles. And some people that achieve that or people like during the Renaissance, like some black literature writers like W.E. Du Bois, Charles Chestnut, Pauline Hopkins, and Paul Laurence Dunbar. And those are some that he explained in the writing. But obviously, there's been much more people that have been successful through music, arts, and other.
You can say it's like Jay-Z, Kanye West, Beyonce, Erykah Badu, Maxwell, even more artists just like that.
Yep.
And then we have values. Family is a big value for people. Family carries you through everything. Make sure that you prosper through the world. Make sure you achieve your goals. Make sure you study your education. Make sure you're doing everything that you need to be doing. You can elaborate.
Yeah, and some other things that go into the values that some of the new Negroes would have would be pride in themselves from overcoming the system of being oppressed, and they have the right to be free on their own and make their own choices and whatever they want to do as a future. And it's the successfulness also plays into it, like successfulness for themselves and gaining a job and being prosperous, and for taking care of their children and making sure that they have a better lifestyle than they did, so they can experience the beneficiaries of life.
Right, like having like a bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD. Like even being a professor at college, your kid can go to school kind of free. The college that you have been teaching at for a long time, a period of time. And then beliefs. We have beliefs that are faith, like religion. You can choose your own religion where you want to go to: Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, everything you can want to.
Yeah, and one thing that after the slavery, they all came together into Harlem, and they shared their life experiences, and they grew a tight knit community, like black people from all over the place, from Africans to North African Americans, South African Americans to like Native Americans that were considered blacks at the time. They all came together to create a rich culture in Harlem to share their experiences so they can trust one another and thrive as a group and overcome the stigma of that black peoples are animals and all that, but to show that they're more than that and they're capable of doing great things. And another thing that they went through was they had to almost start from scratch with the reconstruction of building their own workforce, going out of their way to join the military so they can provide for their families. Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street can be like Black Wall Street had like salons, black on salons, black on banks, black on like farms, black on how many? What else do they have?
I'm not sure on that one.
You're not sure? Okay.
Sorry, put me on the spot. But yeah, so pretty much just the concept I got from the new Negro is pretty much having pride in oneself to be able to achieve whatever dreams or goals they want to achieve without having the real somebody stop, like really having someone stop you from doing that. Like before during slavery, they didn't have a choice whether they wanted to do something or not. they were told, well, this is what you're going to do. But then after that, they had the rights to choose what they want to do and put as much effort into it to become what they wanted to do. So it's almost like a sense of self. That's what I took
Right.
from it.
And then we have trust with beliefs. Trust is from like your family. Trust is from the future that you think that you're gonna have in life. And family is your backbone, so you're gonna have to trust them through the process and everything like that. And then you have the work environment. The work environment is based on who you have surrounding you, the people that try to encourage you to do better in your work, or have criticism from people, and to make sure that you, instead of doing like not no good work, instead of having like strive for what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. So I mean, that was my big takeaway. It's just pretty much the process from being oppressed and not having rights to being free to choose who they want to be and how they want to go about doing that. From being like a civil rights activist to just being a stay-at-home mom or father, just taking care of the neighborhood or going out and actively seeking education, just having the choice to be who they want to be. That's my big takeaway of what the new Negro is in comparison to the old Negro of being a slave during that time period.
And thank you for watching our video today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.